the Outdoor Bound here, and I want to thank you for taking a look at this video. What I've got is the Commander NV400 scope from oneleaf. It's a day-night digital scope. I'm going to open the box, show you what's in it, and then we're going to take it to the field and give it a full review. I think you're going to like this one. Stick around. This unit is very nicely packaged. Open the box and the first thing we find is a lens cloth along with an instruction manual. I'm really impressed with the packaging. A battery charger's included, a couple of eye cups. This is an extra battery cap. And then here is the IR illuminator. This is a Type-C cable used to charge it. Here we have a sunshade. We got a wrench, a couple more Allen wrenches, and a micro HDMI cable. Then the unit itself, this particular one that I ordered, has a laser rangefinder attached to it. It has a lens cover on the objective lens, and a couple of scope rings are attached. They're on there upside down. I'll have to turn them around to make them work. Everything I needed to attach this to my AR-15 was in the box. It went on super easy, smooth as could be. All the wrenches I needed were provided. I got it screwed down good and tight, and it was ready to go. You power it up with this button on the side, push and hold for about 3 seconds. It does take about 40 seconds to boot up. Once you have the unit powered up, you can make a diopter adjustment here. The adjustment range is from 600 degrees of nearsightedness to 200 degrees of farsightedness. So the first thing I see when I get this fired up is some Canada geese across my pond. In daylight mode, you need to have this lens cover down. And there's an optional sunshade that I'm putting on here that will help keep the glare down. These geese are across my pond at 116 yards, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day. I wish I could get a little clearer picture, but this is about the best I could do. Now here you see me trying to zoom a little bit with the digital zoom. There's a focus ring out on the 55mm objective lens. It has a range of 4.37 yards to infinity. Here's some white-tailed deer out there at 238 yards. The sun has gone down. That's a pretty good picture, I think, for 238 yards. This unit comes with 2 battery caps, one for an 18650 65mm battery, and then one for the provided 50mm battery. For this entire video, I used the 50mm battery. I found it to have exceptional life. Now, when you take the batteries out, the unit stays on because it has an internal battery, and the battery life for this unit is 10 hours. I never had it go dead while I was out in the field. By removing this cap on the side, you'll find the Type-C connection, which is where you charge the device and use it to transfer data to a computer. There's also a micro HDMI port as well as a micro SD card slot. I know what everybody's wanting to see is how this scope performs at night. In order to use it at night, you've got to attach the IR illuminator. This is the one that they provided. All the mounts and wrenches were provided. It says it can see up to 437 yards. We're going to put it to the test. The first night I had it out, I had this deer at 48 yards. The IR light can adjust from wide to spot by turning it to your desired position. I shared this video clip with you because it's a mouse at 27 yards, underneath my portable building. I was really impressed that I was able to pick it up. Here's a possum at 25 yards. The scope is 4 power base magnification. Then you can multiply it. You go to times 2, you're looking at 8 power, then 12 power, then 16 power, etc. It can go all the way up to 52 power. Now because it's a digital zoom and not optical, you're going to notice your picture start to pixelate the more you zoom. The IR light is powered by an 18650 battery, and it is provided with the unit. Here's an owl I was able to capture off my back porch at 30 yards. You can also adjust the intensity of the IR light, and there's 3 LEDs that indicate what level you're on, level 1, 2, or 3. You can adjust those with the power switch. You push it once to power it on, and then lightly push it, and it'll go to each level. Like I said, 1, 2, or 3, depending on the intensity you want. Here's a white-tailed deer, 127 yards. Now that flashing light that you're seeing over his back, that's the laser rangefinder. That's how I knew he was 127 yards. This is the actual laser rangefinder here on the side of the scope, and you can adjust the position of that laser with these 2 Allen screws to get it exactly where you want it. All the adjustments on this scope are made with these 4 buttons. Very easy to get to. They're backlit so you can see them. This top button is to zoom with. Also, if you push it, it turns on your laser rangefinder. Then you have these other buttons below it. This is for your camera and your still photos, your brightness, if you want to play back video right here. And then this is your picture-in-picture mode, and this is where you set the day or night mode on the scope. All of these features can be found in a 25-page user manual. It's a color manual that covers the entire scope. This manual will show you how to enter the menu mode. From there, you can manipulate 35 different features, such as the reticle type and color, the one-shot zero feature, a compass and gyro calibration, date and time settings, and much, much more. Now that I've covered the basics of the scope, I'm going to show you how it performed in the field. I used the one-shot zero to get it sighted in on my 6.5 Grendel, and I did a lot of testing over a bait pile at 95 yards. If you follow my channel, you know that I like to video record my hunts, and the NV400 will work great for this. In this clip, I wanted to disclose to you that my video camera has an IR illuminator as well, and it will enhance the clips I get from the scope by providing additional light. The infrared light on my camera is much brighter than the one on the scope. Both are not visible to the naked eye, but it does provide a lot more light. As it pans across here, you'll see the difference that it makes. So for the remainder of this video, if you see an additional light, that's what it is. That's the only downside I've found to this NV400, is the illuminator is not quite as bright as I'd like it to be. Here's a possum through the lens of my camera at 85 yards, and I'm going to shoot him. And now you'll see what it looked like through the NV400. Same possum, same shot, recorded with the scope, video, and audio. The NV400 is so user-friendly, I let my grandson use it. He's 8 years old, completely supervised right here. Watch as he zooms it in a little bit before he shoots.
Toasted him. Oh.
Not bad for 8 years old.
I toasted him. He's on the ground. 1 for me.
So shortly after he shot that one, this possum wandered in. It's at 130 yards, and there's no holding him back. That's the view from my camera, And now we're going to take a look at what he saw through the scope as he shoots his possum. The NV400 Commander right here.
Got him. Second of the night. Well, 2 for tonight. Second one was 130. The other one was 100. That's 2 for me, and let's see if we can get another one.
So here I am set up over the bait pile, and I found a coyote out here scratching a flea. I got everything adjusted right before he got up. This is from my video camera, and then we'll see what it looked like through the one leaf. He's down 112 yards. I was inside watching TV and I came out, looked through my scope out here, and there he was, sitting there scratching his ear. This is a bobcat at 140 yards. I was playing some rabbit distress, trying to call in a coyote, and a bobcat shows up. So I switched up my sounds and watch what happens. "73 yards on that one." I saw that bobcat and I started playing a little bobcat in heat, and then that coyote came out right behind him. That's the way you do it right there. This particular hunt, I had this coyote coming in so fast I didn't know whether to go with the gun or the camera, and you can see the camera IR off to the left. The coyote goes right, and so it's just the one leaf IR right here. My buddy's off to my right, and you'll see his rangefinder there trying to range it, and he's telling me to shoot, and I didn't shoot quick enough for him, so we both ended up shooting at the same time, and that's a dead coyote. This is a bobcat we called in. My 8-year-old grandson's got the rifle and the one leaf scope, and he's operating it, and I'm running the camera. Now we can't shoot this bobcat because we don't have a tag, so it wouldn't be legal, so we got to let him go. I'm not sure exactly how far it was. I'm going to say it was inside of 100 yards. That call that he goes by is setting at 50 yards. If we only had a tag, my grandson would have had his first bobcat. This video here is not the best in the world, but this possum is 250 yards, and I wanted to see if I could kill him with the one leaf. Now the camera IR is working as well here. And now here you're going to see the view from the one leaf scope. Toasted him. How about that? 250 yards. Now I had my camera light on there as well as IR off of this NV400, but that's just the way I work. I can't operate without getting video from my camera. This scope is so user friendly that I was able to give a friend of mine a crash course in about 2 minutes. We went out coyote hunting. I was running a camera and a call and handed him the rifle, and look what happened. This coyote's probably about 60, maybe 70 yards max. This is the same coyote with the view I had from my camera. Here's another coyote at the bait pile, 95 yards. I had a little condensation, I think, on my camera lens and a little bit on the scope, but I didn't get as good a video as I would have liked to have. Didn't have time to clean the lens off, but got the job done. And let's go out there and see what it looks like. 95 yards on that female. Came out here to the bone pile. This is a possum at 86 yards. My grandson did the shooting right there. He's got the green reticle. He loves that reticle. It's not my preferred, but he likes it. There's 5 different colors and 7 different reticles you can choose from. And there he got himself another possum. Now this next video, this is me. That's my preferred reticle. And this is a coyote at 98 yards. And the oneleaf NV400 did the job. Here's another coyote. This one's a little bit further out. .105 yards. And now my grandson's got the rifle again, and he's trying to kill a coyote, but we haven't had any luck getting any to come in. And this particular night, he can't resist a possum, and an old possum showed up at the bait pile. I think this one's at 93 yards, and he's going to roll it. This is a view from my camera, and now you'll see the view from the NV400 Commander. And it wasn't long after he shot that possum, he did get an old coyote to show up. This was his first coyote, and he was excited to get him. Do not shoot till I tell you to. Are you on him? You're recording. Record. You want it? Put it on and let him have it. Take your time. Keep recording. Don't shut it off.
I smoked him. 126 yards. He came running in. Beautiful coyote.
Nice job, buddy. This is a bobcat at about 45 yards that I called all the way to my call. Now I've slowed the speed down just to show you the quality of video you can get out of the NV400. This is at half speed. Good looking young bobcat. This next clip I put in here to show you what deer look like at 409 yards. The IR light provided here is off my camera. And I'm going to take the NV400 and zoom it from 4 to 8 and then to 12. I can clearly make out its white-tailed deer. I'll zoom back out to 4 power and pan the IR light away. Now we're looking at the deer with just the NV400's IR provided light. So a better IR is about the only thing I could see that would make this any better. I've had a great time using the NV400. I think you'll be happy with it. It's a budget scope if you want to get into night vision hunting. If you'll look in the description, I'll leave a link to where you can find this. And if you got any questions, leave a comment on my page and be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for watching.